Hello everybody and welcome back. Today I am going to be talking about some products that I've been loving and using over the past couple of months while I wasn't filming. But before we get into that, my name is Crystal and Busha Beauty stands for my love of beauty and bullet journaling. So if that's your kind of vibe, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family. I've been doing this a lot because I was working with students these past 2 years and all of the kid influences are now on me. So I do that and all the things. I don't know how to do dances. I don't know why I'm ranting, but yes, I work with children. I've been doing this a lot. Anyways, so I'm gonna start with skincare. I have 2 items. First up is my Curology prescription. I have 0.01% tretinoin, 2% azelaic acid, not 100% sure if that's how you say that, and 4% niacinamide. So I've been using this nightly as the directions say, and I've been using it for roughly 3 months now. I fell off a little bit in June and I've been picking it back up, trying to get back on my schedule. I really like this. I've seen such a big difference in my skin. I have some dark marks on my cheek, like a little bit below where I would put my bronzer. So I feel like it always makes my bronzer look a little weird when I put it above that, but then there's still like those dark marks. So that's what I've been using this for. That's been my main concern. And I've noticed that the marks have really lightened up and my face looks overall pretty even. I don't know if you guys can tell from like previous videos to not this video, but the next video that I'll be uploading, which is like a get ready with me. I don't know if you guys have been able to tell, but it's been working really well for me. So I super love this. I'm probably going to continue using them and maybe change up my prescription a little bit and see if I could maybe get a higher percentage to, you know, help these things work faster. The next skincare product that I've been really loving is this hyaluronic acid from The Ordinary. It's 2% hyaluronic acid with B5. It says to use it morning and night, and some days I do, but I mostly use this at night. And I've just been wanting to try a hyaluronic acid serum for a while, since pretty much Jackie was like, hey, you need hyaluronic acid in your life. I was like, all right, bet. And then I just like never got it because I don't know. I wanted makeup more than I wanted skincare, but now I'm on like a skincare thing. So this has been really nice. I didn't super love it at first because I felt like it was sticky, but I think that might have been just with the product that I used it with. It's super lightweight. I feel like it does a good job of like hydrating and brightening and just getting that moisture into my skin, and I've really been loving including this into my skincare routine. All right, moving on to makeup. We only have a few products because I don't got money like that, so I need to like buy in parts. But first up is the NYX Total Control Drops. I know I mentioned it in a video, but I don't know if I went into depth on everything, like why I like this and stuff, so I'll do that now. This foundation is very lightweight. On the website it says sheer to full coverage. I haven't tried to get full coverage out of it because I'm personally not a full coverage kind of girl, but it does get me to my very happy medium coverage, which I love. You can use this with a brush or a sponge. I would imagine you could also use it with your fingers, but I'm not a finger foundation application kind of person either. Ooh, that was a lot. But like I said, it has good coverage and it's lightweight. It's been working with all the concealers that I've put on top of it, all the setting powders. It's worked with all the primers that I've tried, which are 2. It's only 2, the Milk Hydro Grip and the e.l.f. Putty Primer. So if you haven't tried this, I would really recommend it if you are a sheer to medium coverage kind of person. And they also have color drops. So if you don't have your exact match, they have, I think, a brown, white, yellow, and red. I don't remember all the colors, but they have colors that you can add to get your perfect match, which I think also is super cool. So these are amazing. I would definitely recommend. The next complexion product that I have is the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop. Oh, the Total Control I have in the shade Cappuccino, and the Eaze Drop I have in the shade 20. And this is what I'm wearing today, and it looks so pretty all of the time. I've seen people use this with their fingers. Again, not a finger application kind of person for foundation. I use a brush, and I've used a sponge. I prefer the brush because the sponge soaks it up, and this is already like sheer to medium coverage. So I just use a brush, and it's worked perfectly for me every time. I think that this is a really good match for me. I don't feel like I'm wearing any foundation. I feel the same with the Total Control. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything on my face. Like sometimes I'll forget. I'll just straight up forget. The other day, I was wearing this the other day, and I absolutely forgot that I was wearing foundation, and I went to just wipe my face, just this whole area. I was like, whoosh. Luckily I was at home, and I looked at the paper towel and I was like, oh yeah, I'm wearing makeup today. So absolutely forgot. This feels like nothing. It is heavenly. Oh, I skipped a skincare product, so we're gonna jump back to that. But I've also picked up the Fresh Sugar Lip Polish, and this stuff, it tastes good, it smells good, and it works amazingly. I know I've mentioned a few times that I have like crusty, dry lips and all that stuff. And so I've been really wanting to incorporate a lip scrub. I really haven't had any lip flakes or any lip peels since I started using this. And I'm the kind of person that, like, if I feel some skin that's lifting up on my lip, I will absolutely just use my teeth and start, gnawing at it, which is terrible. Don't do that. It's awful, because sometimes I just rip it off and then like I'm bleeding, and it's like a whole hassle, and it's so dumb. So I'm very happy that I bought those, because it's just been working wonders, and I haven't had the urge to do that because I haven't had any dead or lifted skin on my lip to peel. So yes, Fresh Sugar Lip Scrub. We love in this house, we stand. So next up, I have 3 concealers, and I will start with the one that I like the least out of the 3, but I still love. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer. I have mine in the shade Golden. This has a matte finish. It says it's 24 hour wear. I have not tried that. I will never, probably never ever wear makeup for 24 hours just because I can't. That's not me. But I really like the color of this one. I swatched it on my hand, so there it is for you guys. It's not too light, but it's not like the same color as my skin tone either, so it's really nice for highlighting. I do like the finish of it. It says it's matte, but I personally don't think it dries down fully matte. It's more of a kind of natural, like it has a little bit of a something to it. It's not like matte, you know what I mean? This concealer blends well with a beauty blender or with a brush. I've been using my Rare Beauty concealer brush lately, and I really like that brush too, but we're not talking about that today. This also plays nicely with everything that I've tried it with. I've tried it with the Total Control, the Fenty, I think I tried it with my Pat McGrath foundation, but everything that I've tried it with, it's worked wonderfully with. This is a really good concealer. If you like matte concealers, I would recommend. Next up is also from NYX, Born to Glow. I have this in the shade Golden as well, and this is their Radiant Concealer. And I really like the finish of this one too. I will swatch it. The only thing that I don't like about this is the packaging, because it has this really stupid sponge thingy. You can't really control how much you get out. Like once you squeeze, it's like a glob. I feel like this is gonna go by really quickly, but I don't know. I still really like this. I like the color. It's interesting because this is actually a little bit lighter than the Can't Stop Won't Stop. So this one is Born to Glow. This is Can't Stop Won't Stop. And even though it looks lighter, this still works really well for my under eyes. I I think the undertone of it is more similar to the undertone of my body. Just like the other one, it blends nicely with a brush, with a sponge. I've also tried this with my fingers and it blends nicely as well. Just overall, a really, really good product. And just like the other concealer, it has been playing nicely with everything that I've tried it with. So if you are more of a radiant concealer kind of person, I would definitely recommend this. But the only thing, like I said, that I don't like is this stupid applicator. I don't understand why they couldn't just give us a wand. This was unnecessary, because who's blending it out like this with this? Like, it's just a waste of product, and it bothers me. I should have said this one first, because now that I'm thinking about it, I like the Can't Stop Won't Stop more than this, specifically because of the packaging. Moving on to the last concealer. This one surprised the crap out of me. This is the Sephora Future Bright Gel Serum Concealer. I got the shade Creme Caramel number 13. And I will swatch that for you guys as well. So here is the Sephora concealer. It looks super light on camera, but it's closer to this shade, the Can't Stop Won't Stop, than the Born to Glow. It's just being super washed out. It's kind of a mix between the two, but if I had to choose, I would choose that it be closer to the Can't Stop Won't Stop. So I picked this up in like May because I wanted to do a full face of first impressions, which I did film, but I hated it, so I just never saw the light of day. And when I was shopping, I was like, well, we're gonna have to make some sacrifices, because I had gotten some other more expensive things like the Eaze drop. I also made this purchase, and the skincare things that I got. So I was like, I need to make sacrifices. So I bought this concealer as a sacrifice for, you know, budget sake. And when I tried it, like the way I was blown out of the water, I was just like, what? Sephora, what? Okay. I was shooketh. I was shooketh. Like, this blends beautifully. It has a really nice consistency. It blends nicely with a brush, with your finger, with a sponge, whatever you want to use. This stuff works. It's a really nice color for my under eye, and I don't know, I was just shooketh. The finish is really pretty. It's on the natural side, which I love. The coverage is like light to medium. I would say the same for all of the concealers that I spoke about. They're all like that light to medium coverage. They're not like super full coverage concealers. It's just a really pretty concealer, and it works nicely like the other ones. I know this is repetitive, but it plays well with everything that I've tried it with. All the setting powders, all the foundations, it just does what it's supposed to do. It's reliable every single time. I also tried this on top of powder because I set my eyes and then did my bronzer and totally screwed up. So I needed to put this back on. This was today while I was doing this look. I needed to fix my mistakes. So I put this on top of my set eyes, and it still worked really, really well. I mean, like, do my under eyes look cakey to you? I don't think so. So the last product that I've been loving these past couple months is the Kaja Play Bento stack. I have number 3, Mocha Mellow, and this little trio is so pretty. It hurts. I was blown away. This is my first Kaja product, and I will be buying more. So it comes with a blush, and this is the blush. It's very pretty. This is kind of like the powder version of the LYS cream bronzer, which I also love, and I think that's in the shade Confident, which I just have right next to me. So I will do a little comparison. So this one is like a little bit more pinky, but they are quite similar in tone. So I would probably use the powder one to set the cream one. I don't know, but this one is just so cute on its own or to set a blush. And I will swatch it for you guys. So that's what that looks like. A very cute pink shade. It is, oh, it's the bee's knees, and it's very smooth. I haven't used the blush a ton, but I will say if you're going to use a powder brush, no, I haven't used this blush a ton, but I will say if you're going to use a powder blush or bronzer, I would always just set my face first because powder can stick to the cream liquid products that you have. So unless you're setting a cream or liquid blush, I would set first. The next little thing in the stack is the highlight, and this highlighter has made me change my ways. Y'all don't even know. Most of the highlighters that I have, well, a couple of them were gifted to me. The other ones I got in BoxyCharm. But the highlighters that I have are more like that champagne-y kind of color. I don't really have anything that's like, I don't even know how to classify this undertone. I guess more golden, but this is like the deepest highlighter that I have, and it made me realize that I need to buy deep highlights because the way this plays with my skin, it's to die for. I will swatch this also for you guys. It's just so pretty. Like, look at that. Look at that. It has a nice sheen. It doesn't look super powdery. I am wearing this today also. I'm wearing the highlight and the bronzer. This also has a really nice smooth consistency to it. It doesn't look super powdery on the skin. If you get super up close, you can still see like the little powdery sparkles, but you can work that into your skin. And I think as time goes on, like, and your makeup starts to like settle, it looks really pretty. And the powderiness, I know you guys know what I'm talking about, like that, just, you can see the powder, I guess. It definitely goes away. And I would recommend using your fingers with this because it just helps to melt the product into your skin even more. Because as I'm looking at my face now, it comes with a little mirror, if I look super up close, like, I don't see those specks as much as I usually would if I had used a brush. And last in this little trio is the cream bronzer, which again, I'm wearing this today, and this is my first cream bronzer, and it's giving me a little bit of an obsession with cream bronzers now. So now I'm on the hunt for all the cream bronzers. This one is super pretty. I will also swatch this as well. I really like this shade. I think it's somewhere in between a bronzer contour. Like, it has warmth, but it also has coolness. And I don't know, it's weird, but it's cool. I really, really like this. And it's easy to work with. It's a cream product, so it's super easy to blend. And if you screw up, it's easy to take those mistakes away as well. I'm only saying this because I screwed up today. So this bronzer works really well with a brush. I have only used this with a brush, but I would imagine that you could also use it with a sponge. I would say use more of a denser brush with this. Like, you don't want to use a big fluffy powder brush, but you don't want to use something super dense either. Use something that like you can stipple but still blend out with. I used this super fluffy brush today. I wouldn't recommend. That was a mistake. So yeah, this bronzer has a really nice tone. It blends well. This whole little stack has worked well, again, with everything that I've tried it with. And I don't know, if you're looking for a cream bronzer and a highlight and a blush and you're around my skin tone, I think you'd like this. Alrighty, so that is it for all the products that I've been using that I absolutely love. I do have 2 honorable mentions, just things that I purchased that I'm still kind of trying out. Not 100% sure like how they've been working into my rotation and collection and all that stuff. And the first thing is this Inkey List Oat Cleansing Balm. I bought this because Alicia, aka Kinky Sweat, was talking about it, and it just sounded interesting, and I've been wanting to try a new cleanser, and it's on the cheaper side for Sephora skincare, so I picked this up And I think it's nice. It does what it's supposed to do. I usually use this in the morning, and if I've worn makeup that day, I will do it as my second step in my double cleanse. Like I said, it does what it's supposed to do. I haven't noticed any like super awesome benefit from it, but it's a nice gentle moisturizer. It doesn't leave my skin feeling stripped and dry. It actually leaves like a good kind of moisture behind. It says that you can leave it on for a nourishing face mask. I haven't tried to leave it on for 10 minutes yet because honestly, I just read that right now and I totally forgot. Like, I'm sure I read it when I first bought it, but I had forgotten. So I was just reminded. So I was just reminded about that. So I'll have to try that out and I'll let you guys know. But for the most part, this is a nice cleanser. So if you're just looking for a cleanser to do its job and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I'd recommend. And my last honorable mention, which I mentioned earlier, is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless something setting powder. And I got the mini size because I'm not about to spend like all that money. This is my first Charlotte Tilbury product, so I just wanted to like, you know, see what the hype was about before I took the plunge and did like a full spin. I don't even know how much the actual full size of this is, but I got the little mini one. This is in the shade 2 medium, and I've been using this to set my under eyes, and sometimes I'll use it to set my face, but mostly honestly my under eyes because the pan is so tiny. And I think that this has been a really nice under eye setting powder. I don't love it like I love the Pat McGrath, but I think it does a really good job at setting my under eyes. It doesn't leave them cakey. It doesn't leave them dry. It just sets and lets me go on with my life, you know? I don't have to worry about creasing or any of that. So even though I don't love it, it's still a really good product, and I don't know, I would recommend, if I'm going to recommend it, I would recommend you try it and buy the mini size first. I am a strong proponent of buying mini sizes to try things because I'm not about to spend all my money on a full size product that I'm not sure if I'm going to like. You know what I mean? It's not happening. So yes, the setting powder blurs my under eyes pretty nicely, and it's overall a really good powder. I only include this in my honorable mentions because I haven't tried it as much as I've tried the other things, and I still want to try it with some more different concealers and also applying it all over my face with different foundations. So I will let you guys know for sure on this one and the Oat Cleansing Balm in a future video, but that is it for me today. Those are all the products that I've been loving that I recently brought into my collection. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these products, what you think about them. Let me know if you've enjoyed today's video and you would like to see more of those. If you did, give me a thumbs up. That's a good way to let me know that you liked it without having to say, hey, I like this video. But yeah, that is it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.